Hey guys, so we have been waiting forever for the new MCR album, and people have very polarized opinions, as Gerard Way thought. I'm going to go over my opinion on the album and a few choice favorites of mine, along with the opinions and comments of some of the Wreck Nation. If you want to get a sense of the album, or if you already have an opinion and want to put it down below, listen to what I have to say, disagree, agree, it's all up to you guys. Here we go. My first choice song to talk about was Na 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 Na. This was the first single that was released by the band, and it was the song that geared everybody into the new themes and new attitude of what the album was going to sound like. Some people were so excited to hear this new kind of story, these characters, these new lyrics, these new attitudes, and some people were like, MCR is dead. They'll never come back. This is awful. I hate this. What did I think? Thumbs up. I was very excited to hear about the new story. Behind the album, we know that there was a first attempt with creating an album having to do with classic punk rock and not having to do with a story or a theme or a set of costumes. But Gerard did change his mind, the boys did change their mind, and they created an album based around the Killjoys. As far as having a fictional backdrop to the album, you're either going to blatantly hate that or blatantly love it. I mean, it's a very opinion-based thing. It's all about taste, and I have no problem with that. It gives the album a lot of flavor, it gives it a lot of imagery, and something that you can kind of dive into. It's not only the sound of the guitars or the meaning behind the lyrics, it's an entire world that MCR keeps building and building and renewing and changing every single time they put out an album. Bulletproof Heart, it has some, if you will agree with me or not, it's got this kind of 80s anthem sound to it, at least I think so, and it's very uplifting. One difference about this album is that and I don't see how anybody can disagree with me here. The last album, Black Parade, had to deal a lot with death. Whether they were promoting death or just, talking about it, but you got to agree that a lot of that album, including Cancer and a couple other tracks, most of the tracks have to do with the theme of death and the afterlife. This album was about living to your potential, striving to live outside this clean-cut, very sterile kind of community. It was about living in spite of any constrictions and any walls. Sing was the second video to be released to the public, and perhaps it's the most contradictory song, contradictory meaning contradictory to anything they've ever sounded like. Again, I really liked this song because it added another aspect to the story. This is the second time that the Killjoys were, they died. We thought they died, some people thought they died in the first one, except for Gerard, and then they died again. But as Gerard said on his Twitter, on his different networks, that Killjoys never die, and we will be expecting, if you haven't seen this by then, a third video to end the trilogy of the story. Planetary Go was another one that I really gravitated to, more about the sound than about anything else. It was one of the more fun songs, a song that you can kind of jump up and dance like crazy. I'm going to skip a couple and go to Scarecrow. It is about kind of this menacing, go run and hide. Scarecrow's going to come and get you, and it's very fun like the rest of this album. Destroya is one of my next favorites. Out of any of the songs, this one most reminds me of the old MCR. If somebody is looking for the old sound, if somebody really wants just that Black Parade, or the Three Cheers album, this one sounds like it the most. This song also holds my favorite lyrics, including, "You don't believe in God, I don't believe in luck. They don't believe in us, but I believe in the enemy." They always have a sense of drama. They always have something to stand up against. And in this story, it is kind of the structure that is surrounding the Killjoys. Favorite lyric, that one I just said from Destroya. Favorite song? Actually, I actually like Save Yourself, I'll Hold Them Back, which is one I didn't talk about, but I just generally like the feel of it. Not much to say. So this is where all the comments come flooding in. Give your favorite lyric, favorite song, what you thought about the album as a whole, what you thought about the Killjoys, Danger Days, the Fabulous Live of the Killjoys. It's all about them, it's all about the story. What do you think about that? Talk about the songs that I didn't talk about. I can predict the comments now. You didn't talk about this song. Yes, I know. I know. So you can talk about them for me. Honestly, I'm still listening to the album. I'm still catching the lyrics. I'm still gravitating to other songs. Sometimes I feel that I do album reviews too soon because I want to be relevant and I want to get the review out when everybody's listening to the album. But at the same time, it takes me quite a while to get a specific opinion. I'm going to give the album 4.5 stars. I love the story. It's such a fun story and it's such a positive story, more than, kind of the darkness and the blackness of the Black Parade. And I believe, and it's so much better when the boys themselves, when the band themselves say how much they believe in this album. It makes it that much better for the listener when you hear them talk about in depth about how much they love what they've done. Peace, love, rock and roll. Killjoys never die. Hey guys, it's Jess Paul. So I just finished editing the review, which you just watched, and there were so many awesome comments, and I pulled most of them from the previous episode, but there was this one from Tumblr that was my favorite. I didn't know where to put it, and I wanted to highlight it, and it's from Kat. And it says, Danger Days is like witnessing the birth of Jesus and having the young Christ look at you, and he says his first word, and it's your name. I have some awesome people in the nation. Thanks for being part of the nation, guys. Thanks for watching the show.